In this lesson, I am going to talk about the disadvantages of limited vocabulary. Number one, poor communication. When you have limited or little vocabulary, you do not express yourself clearly. An example is you don't know how to ask for directions, you cannot read a report, you cannot reply an email, answer a call, you cannot speak up for yourself. So all these are ways in which limited vocabulary will affect you. Number two, low self-confidence. When you have poor communication or limited vocabulary, you tend to have a low self-confidence. That means you do not believe in your ability to read, to write, to speak up. So you don't believe in your ability, and so you tend not to speak or reply to messages. So you have a low self-confidence. Number three, low self-esteem. When you have a low self-esteem, you do not value yourself. You don't think you are worthy. So you tend to put yourself down in every situation, especially when reading, writing, speaking up in conversations. So you tend to avoid these situations where you have to speak up, read, or write. Number four, misinterpretations. When you have limited vocabulary, you don't interpret a word correctly. You don't know the meaning of the word, so you use another word or another meaning instead of the correct meaning of the word. So you misinterpret the whole meaning of the sentence or the phrase or the word, and you have another meaning instead of the one which was meant for you to understand. Number five, you appear uneducated. When you have limited vocabulary, people may think that you did not go to school, you don't have education, and maybe you did go to school, maybe you had a degree, you have a master's, but because you did not improve your vocabulary, people tend to think that you appear uneducated. Number six, this is a lower perception of you. This ties in with number five, when people will think that you're not educated, you have low self-esteem, so people have a lower perception of you. They'll think of you as a person who is not valuable. So they won't respect you in their eyes. They won't treat you well because you appear uneducated, you have no confidence, you are a poor communicator, and much more. So these and much more are the disadvantages of having a limited vocabulary.